So welcome to Phoenix Business Exchange Bell's Corners edition on this fine August 25th. If you've been running your AC, you can shut it off now. The temperatures have mellowed out again. It is just a beautiful morning out there. And I'm going to share a screen, and the screen I'm going to share with you is the Phoenix Business Exchange website, pbex.ca. And so you should be saying, hey, focus of the week, golf charity tournament. And actually, there is a Mike Walowski, and he's going to talk about that in a few seconds. You want to go golfing? Register here. Hit that button because the window is closing. Monday mornings, 8 to 9. Go figure. Here we are, 8 to 9. Eastern Standard Time. Click that button if you're on the outside, want to come on in. We have a Wednesday morning group and a Thursday morning group. So Wednesday is East End, South End is on Thursday. This week it is in person. We'll probably have Zoom available, but it starts at 07:30 Eastern. Thursday afternoon, 1 to 2, midday group, and that's another group that Tony is sharing with Penny Lee is leading the group. And you can come on into that space. September 2nd, After Hours Group is meeting at 7 p.m. on next week, and that's hosted by Penny Lee. And so basically, it's an accountability group, keeps you on target for your goals, personal and business. East Trade Winds. We're meeting tomorrow, and 8 to 9, and free to attend any business, and it's across Canada and global. Facebook Live Meditation on Friday, the 29th at 1:30 p.m. So you want to get Zen with yourself, that's the space to do it. Sunbathing event with Tony on the 27th at 7 p.m. There's some spaces available for that. And hey, there we are again, the Phoenix Golf Tournament. Registration September 4th at 2:30. Mike's going to cover a bit more of that in a second. Penny Lee's got you moving around, and movement is medicine with Nia classes. So she's got a host of classes that are available both online and in person. Plus, she's got a Friday's potluck in person, September 12th at 6:30 p.m. and no Zoom. South End, again, just a reminder, this week it's the 7:30 and in person. QR director, you want to find somebody? This is the place to click. And you'll find all our contact details. You'll see the QR codes that we have, or we'll have links that'll make it easier to find us and connect with us, whether it's by email, by phone, by text, whatever the case might be. We've generated over $4.9 million worth of business between members since 2016. And this year we've done $159,000 worth of business, actually almost $160,000 worth of business between members. Please send in your stats for the month of August. We're at the tail end of August, and so Tony can update these particulars. And I'm going to swing over, and Mr. Mike is going to do a little short ditty on golf. Mike, over to you.
Great, thank you. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a really nice weekend. So yeah, the golf tournament's coming up, not this Thursday, but the Thursday after that. So we're around 10 days away. As Bernie mentioned, the window for registering and sponsorships is closing up this week. So if you're thinking about it, this is the time. Um, One of the things that most of you know, I'm with an organization that I started with a friend of mine out at the Metcalf Golf Course called Playing It Forward for Wishes. And basically, we have two golf events that we raise monies each year and give out to different charities and community organizations to help support them to do the good work that they do. And since 2014, we've just raised we're over the $600,000 mark. And that's a lot of money that we've doled out to many communities over the years. And yeah, and one of the nice things about our committee, it's 8 strong. And the best thing is we're all volunteers. So we give up our time for the greater good of the community. And I'm really proud of that. So Playing It Forward for Wishes joined up with the Phoenix Golf Charity Tournament this year. And what's important about that is usually if you do a sponsorship for any golf tournament, you pay your $250 or what have you. You got to sign on the whole possible mention, and that's pretty well about it. But what we did, because we collaborated our efforts with Playing It Forward for Wishes in the Phoenix group, we have triple the exposure for businesses. So a little bit of that on the Playing It Forward for Wishes side. You make the sponsorship, and you're going to be have beautiful signage at our two events next year in 2026, which is the Enduro 1836 54-hole golf tournament and the Fun Day golf tournament. And that's where kids come out with their grandparents and parents and what have you and knock the ball around for 9 hours, have a nice burger, fries, hot dogs, all that barbecue type of stuff. And we had this event was actually held yesterday, and we hold it at that time frame of the year. We had over 100 participants, and that tournament is dedicated to Make-A-Wish because I used to be the CEO for Make-A-Wish. So we want to continue supporting them at least once by raising $10,000 to do an adopt a wish, and that's where a child specifically gets their wish because of the monies that we've raised collectively. So these kids get to know that, so they know that they're part of making a difference, and that's where we get the teaching kids the art of playing it forward, paying it forward by playing it forward. So it's pretty cool. So Make-A-Wish came out with a family, and they talked about their wish. So all the kids were like enamored with that, and of course, all the kids leave with a big giant loot bag full of candy and all the good of fun stuff or what have you. So it's just a nice, beautiful, simple afternoon, and we make a wish happen. So yeah, so yeah, you'll have signage at both events in our 2026 events, and plus our website, the Playing It Forward for Wishes website. Your logo will be placed on who's making a difference in our community supporters, and that logo, when it's clicked, it hyperlinks back to your business or what have you. A lot of people like traveling through from the stats that we get, that part of the site, because they want to see who's making a difference out there. Because a lot of people want to make a difference, but they just don't know how to make a difference. So I educate them on that. In fact, this year I came up with a concept to help people dole out their money because they want proper public recognition, and they want to make sure that the money goes right to the mission, right to the thing. So one of the sponsors that I got was Orr Motors, who I represent at the Phoenix Group. And I talked to the owner, Fred Orr, who's such a nice guy and does a lot of community work or what have you. And that's where $2,500 of his $10,000 gift was allocated to the Canada Food Cover. So on sponsorships right now that I've raised through Playing It Forward for Wishes for the Canada Food Cover, it's combined with is $6,000. So we're at $6,000 now. We haven't seen any sponsors come in from except maybe Tony's, because I think he did a one last week. So yeah, you know what, an opportunity. Plus, I mean, you get the exposure at our events, you get to make the difference, and you get the exposure at the Phoenix event. And so if you're a little confused about what's a sponsorship and what's it all take or whatever, it's a simple call to me. We can go through it. Bernie, maybe just a quick second, you can just fly over to let the people know. He showed you where the golf register button is right on the front of the home page, but maybe you can show the where the sponsorship is.
Sure. Stand by as I recalibrate and reload. And you should be seeing it. The directories, events, go to the events, and go to golf sponsorship. Clicking that, and there you go.
Yeah, it has all the categories. 100% of the money goes to the Canada Food Cupboard. And why is that important? Well, it's important for a few reasons. You know what? We yesterday, take an example, we've eaten, two, three times that day, maybe somebody like Tony, four or five. But the point is that the cupboards are full. A lot of these families that the Canada Food Cupboard serve, their cupboards are empty. Their fridge is empty. They have families. Imagine that for a second. Imagine if your cupboards were empty and your fridge was empty and you don't know what to do. And then you find out a place like Canada Food Cupboards exists, and you go there and you get food for the family and feed the family. I mean, how cool is that? And so it's very important for Tony and Bernie to choose a different charity each year. And this year, the Canada Food Cupboard is their charity of choice for the golf tournament. So I'm just going to share a little video that Carolee sent me. It's beautiful. Let me just see if I can cue this up. Everybody see that?
Yep. Just go to the right-hand side. Go to the right-hand side and hit the big box, expand it.
Dignity, compassion,
Yep.
and care.
Yep.
We've been providing food assistance to those in need. regardless of race, ethnicity, ability, age, sexual orientation, or religion. We exist because of people, volunteers, donors, staff, all working together to make sure no one in our community goes hungry. It all began in 1985. The Interfaith Council's helpline, operated by local churches, noticed a growing need for food assistance in Canada. Heather Coles brought this concern to Canada's then mayor, Marianne Wilkinson, and together they acted. As a memorial to residents lost in the Air India disaster that year, the City of Canada provided funding to launch a food cupboard. And so, in 1985, the Canada Food Cupboard was born in the basement of St. Paul's Church, our very first home. In our full first year, 1986, we helped over 70 families with 4,000 cans of food. The Christmas program, now known as the Holiday Program, also began that year. In 1990, Canada's first holiday parade collected food donations. 6,000 pounds of food and $4,000 were gathered for families in need. By 1995, the need had grown. Visits had to be limited to once a month, and the holiday program helped 245 families that year. Through the years, we've responded as the needs of our community changed, with programs like our Seeds and Soil program, helping families grow fresh food at home, our Back to School program, helping students with necessities for the school year, and even pop-up thrift events. We've moved again and again to meet growing demand. By 2010, we were serving 170 families a month and supporting 215 families through the holiday program. Today, we serve close to 450 families each month through our shopping model, one that reduces food waste, respects dietary needs, and supports cultural food choices. In 2024 alone, over 3,500 volunteer shifts powered this mission. More than 500,000 pounds of food were donated, and our holiday hamper program supported close to 850 families. We couldn't do it without you, our volunteers, donors, and the incredible NADA community. 40 years on, we remain committed to a simple, powerful promise: to provide the healthiest possible food choices to those in need in our community. It is a testament to what's possible when a community comes together every day for 40 years.
So there you go. I mean, how cool was that video? So again, just to recap, three things. Number one, we're going to feed the hungry. How cool is that? Just imagine. Number two, you're going to get great public recognition for 1 year with your business. You can take a snippet of that and send it to your customers and be proud about how you're giving back to the community because the community supports your business. And number three, very important, is the respect for Tony. We all know how much Tony and how hard he works for the membership. Always cutting edge, first one to do the Zoom even before COVID came along, and all the plethora of different types of tools that he's made available so that we can get and market our business out there better. So respect for Tony, great visibility for your business, feed the hungry, sign up, just imagine.
Thanks, Mike. And here is the LinkedIn Live chat. So if you want to put details about your business in that space, and if you want to know more details about how to register, because just one more time always helps, there's the link to register. And so the fickle finger of fate's going around. I'm going to start off with Dwight, not because he's looking away, but because Dwight, sir, we haven't started out with you in a while. And then we will go to Kat. Over to you, Dwight.
Hello, everyone. Hope all is well. It's a great Monday morning, bright and sunny outside, and it's been a pretty wild week and weekend for us. We continue to create beautiful meals on a consistent basis. We're the vegan Caribbean specialists, soon to be expanded a little bit based on our offerings for a food truck that's going to be coming down the line. This past week, we had catering for a customer that we started out with probably about 5 years back. We were doing, worked out to be 130 meals we created for them on Monday and Tuesday last week for movie set production. Delivered at 11 o'clock for both Monday and Tuesday night. So it was a pretty busy week for us. Then we turned around and we were getting our food truck prepared and ready for creation of meals down the line. So and then this past weekend we were at the Really Good Market for, I guess, are you there? I can't see anyone.
Yeah, we're here. We're here. You just get paused briefly, but I
I'm
think it
going
was
to
your
take off the
internet.
camera.
Eh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The camera's cutting out or slowing down everything. Yeah. So this past weekend we were at the Really Good Market, delivering up our last, I guess, market for the summer. Pretty busy day. We also had the health inspector in, which we had already given notice of that. So we were all prepared and ready for that. And everything went well. And all our customers left happy. So hopefully, he said this week we'll get the last bit of the documentation in to get our food truck up and ready. And we're planning to open by at least the end of the week, if not September 1st. But we'll post and let everyone know, and so that you can show up. So we'll have all our vegan offerings, and we'll possibly put in a couple of meat dishes so that others can enjoy. Yeah, so it's been a pretty busy session, and we're definitely looking forward to, I guess, having a few you pop in just to enjoy the offerings. Again, we're Taste Sweet Life, the Canadian vegan specialist, soon to be expanded. That's it for us.
Dwight, thank you so much. And so, you know what? If you got something you want to share, you got some content you want to share, like Dwight, when your truck launches, make sure to get a hold of Kat because that's one of the things she can promote along the Phoenix channels. And you know what? Speaking of Kat, over to you, ma'am, and then we will go to Josh. Go ahead, Kat.
Hi, everybody. So my job is to help you be seen and found, both online and offline, through the magical power of marketing. So one way I do that is to do what Bernie says and tell everybody that is in your target audience, what do you do? Why do you do it? And get them to connect with you to buy your product, your service, support your organization in any way they can. But I also want to help you achieve your goals. So a lot of you have goals that you want to achieve, whether they're financial goals, whether they're connection goals, whether they're business goals, whether they're personal goals. So this week, what I'm looking for is you guys to help me, to help one of my people to reach their goal. So most of you will know Penny Lee Provo. So she has a personal goal of wanting to receive 59 cards for her birthday, which is on Thursday, the 28th of August. So I'm hoping you guys can help me to support her by sending her a card in the mail. And if you'd like some more information on that, then drop me a message and I will send you her address because you all know her. And if you've got any goals that you want to reach out to me and I'll help you to make your goals come true. Thank you, Bernie.
Kat, thank you so much. The next quick item to highlight is if you are away and you need someone to stand in for you, and Mike is offering to do that service, and he'll kind of deliver your message. If the calendars align, there you go. Josh, what's happening, sir?
Morning, folks. I'm Josh Lamb. My company is Sterling Grace Tech. Today we are so a brand new hire is starting today, and he is in the business of making sure your business runs smoothly. He's going to be working with our managed support team, and that team is responsible for everything from my email doesn't work or my spreadsheet doesn't do the thing I want it to do, all the way up to my server is underwater and I need a disaster recovery plan yesterday. And so we're excited to bring him in. His name is Matt Bernard, and he's starting today. Wanted to tell you a little story about one of the kind of more critical issues that we deal with. Last week, we had a customer with 12 of their mailboxes, which were hosted on Microsoft 365, going to a state where basically they became unreachable. And in that case, we could neither delete them to restore from backup or get them recovered because they were just completely botched in the back-end Microsoft system. So we had to engage Microsoft engineering in order to get this fixed. And unfortunately, Microsoft support is abysmal. And so it actually took them from Monday morning until Thursday night after hours to get this fixed. So 12 critical mailboxes for this customer were unusable. And so because they had us as a partner, we were able to set them up a temporary mail server and replicate basically all of their settings, get their mail sent into this new mail server and get them access and all set up so that they could continue doing business. Because if we weren't there to help them with that process, they would have been dead in the water. We're talking senior management and critical frontline account managers that were down. And so we are the partner that will make sure your business has continuity when your vendors drop the ball. And we are the owners of your issues. If you have a problem with tech, we don't point fingers. We just say, give me your issue and I will make sure you can have peace of mind and worry about something else. And then we make that happen. So if you're looking for your technology to stop causing you stress and start saving you stress and making you money, Sterling Grace Tech, and I'm Josh Lamb, and I'm the one to call. Thank you.
Josh, thank you so much. And yes, Josh does come to the rescue. Not with a cape, but with an electronic cape. Yeah.
I'll wear a cape.
Yeah. Your kids will love it. Next item, if you're a home inspector listening in on us, or one of you folks know a home inspector, have them reach out to Penny Prevo. That is another service that we need within our space. And I'm going to swing over to Jacqueline and then Mike. Jacqueline, go ahead, ma'am. What's up?
Oh, good morning, everyone. And let's all take a beautiful deep breath, lift our shoulders, take them back, release them down. And it is another beautiful day. We only have a couple days left in this month. And the question is, what did you expect to do this month? Was it clean the house, decluttering? Was it to volunteer with Kara to help out? Was it to call Kat so that we can get more cards off to Penny Lee? What did you do this month? I have conversations with clients. What they want to do this month, or what they wanted to do, was take a look at how much a renovation might be to incur in their home. They're sitting out on the back porch and thinking it would be so much better if they'd done something with the fences. And then I get my phone call saying, Jacqueline, would you like to come over for a barbecue because we'd like to speak, about breathing deeper? And then perhaps what will the equity in our home allow us to have? Equity, it is the elephant in the room. So when you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, you always want to contact your mortgage honey.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. And next item is East Trade Winds. That is the link, the Zoom link to Cross Connect, and come in and visit at no cost to you. Mike, and then we will go to Herr Tony. Mike, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie. So Mike here representing Or Motors. They're located in the heart of Stittsville. And my role with Or Motors is twofold. One is on the business side of it, and one is on the community development. I spoke about that a little bit earlier. Or Motors has an extensive inventory of pre-owned vehicles and specializes in late model luxury SUVs and late model high-end pickup trucks. You know what? A lot of people hate buying a vehicle, even in some cases more than going to the dentist. And why is that? Well, because buying a vehicle can become a dance, a back and forth, mainly containing a lot of tension. Sometimes you feel like you're in a lion's den. So guess what? I take you out of that lion's den, which removes the tension. And how do I do that? Well, if you know somebody who might be in the market for a late model vehicle, please let me know, and I will directly introduce that individual to Fred Orr, who is the owner of Orr Motors, and will make that experience an enjoyable one. So they don't have to go through all the staff and all the rigmarole. So I'll put my contact information in the chat. Mike representing Orr Motors, no dance required.
Hey, Mike, thank you so much. The next item is about cyber training, and it's something that's free to come on in and try. It's from Cyberhoot, and that's through the East Trade Winds session. And they just train you up, and they are offering free training so you don't get a phishing scam. Yeah, go from there. Go figure. Tony, and then we will go to Kelly. Tony, over to you, sir.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Bernie. I'll go through some of my I haves first because I don't want to forget that. Did some. I gave Redmond a referral. He's our lawyer there for the group, and he's I got some other services within his firm that we sent some business to. Did some continuing business with Stephine. Picked up some stuff at Susan's house, McGarry. We did some shakes and some other stuff for the health. I did a BAM with Kat, and Mike did the PayPal sponsor, not the PayPal, but the PAL sponsor for his event. Continuing business with Wendy. And Jacqueline has agreed to be my partner for golf, so I did that for her. So thank you, Jacqueline. I'll be looking forward to hitting about at least a box of balls in the lake. That'll be nice. I hope they float this time. And a big shout out to Josh. I mean, this guy, he should have a cape, you know. There might be a completely different category for this guy. On a Sunday night when, you know, there's a couple of things going on, you know, one of the things that's really stressful because we have so much reliant on our devices. Computers have to work, getting things out. Yes, a person should not be up at 10 o'clock at night sending emails, but I was. And some things it wasn't working. So it ended up that he fixed it just in that time. He said, I'm thinking to myself, what is this guy doing up? But that's how dedicated he is. So, Josh, thank you so much. I mean, this is one headache that I don't have to worry about. I have a lot of other things I'm working on that isn't working, but I know my computer is going to be good. And I am actually considering your idea about the networking program. You have some kind of a program for backups and all that other stuff that we talked about a while back. So I'm going to talk to you about that. So this is a wonderful thing. So Josh, thank you very much for that. And of course, this Wednesday is Sound Bath Day. Every month I launch a sound bath, which is basically a 2-hour introspection where you can really find out who you are in that time, where different sounds, frequencies, and just that chance to be by yourself in that energy, because we don't often do that. But these frequencies put you in that zone. And when people that come with questions, they leave with answers as if it was a reading, because you have all the answers. And we're just going to give you that portal so that you can pick them up. All right. So hopefully, if you want some more information, whether you want to come in person, I have a few extra spots in person, or you can come online and stay home and we can give you direction that way. Let me know. Tony Jennis, higher self. We're here to raise your spirits.
Tony, thank you so much. And another quick prompt. We are looking for pest control, rodents and larger animals. So it is the season where the animals are looking for that warm, cozy space for the winter, and nesting will start. So if you know someone that does that service, get a hold of Penny Lee and we'll add them to the group. Kelly and then Eric. Kelly, go ahead, ma'am.
Good morning, all. It's wonderful to be here. Thank you so much. So the latest with me, it's been a very, very busy week. Another property of mine went on the market. This one in Toronto. Yay! I love, love, love when we get to launch a new property. We had 2 open houses, very busy. Once again, it's in the Toronto sector. It's actually in Scarborough. Single detached, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom plus a powder room, very large fenced backyard. On the market for $998. We are anticipating it will go over price. We're simply trying to test the market. Now, rather than giving a little bit of a spiel about myself and the services that we offer and how and why we're different than other realtor groups, I think I'd like to tell you a quick little story. So a friend of mine, her daughter, was mentioning that they had their grandparents are kind of getting older and they're slowing down, and it started a conversation. This is a conversation that we've been having with these people out of genuine interest. How are you doing? What is your plan? Is anyone helping you with this? This is a big task when someone's looking at downsizing. People don't know where to start. So these homeowners had been in the house since 1974, a long time. And of course, now they're well into their 80s. They didn't know where to start. So rather than giving them a spiel and the document and saying, sign here, we're going to handle this, it was a series of progressive interest questions at every turn. Do you have the support you need? What else do you need? Do you know where to start? Do you want us to help you with a plan? All of this was done without a contract. Really and truly, all we care about, I shouldn't say all we care about, but our primary focus is making sure that the well-being of our clients is put first and foremost. We custom tailor every project. So it turned out they did not know where to start. We designed an approach for their construction. We helped them pick their materials. We helped them pick the paint. We helped design a schedule. We took them on condo tours. They ended up finding a condo in the next building beside their children's condo. So now grandma and grandpa are the next building over, and they're going to get to play with the grandkids. It's pretty, like we could not have scripted it better. Once they'd moved out, we were able to assist them with, purging and cleansing, the moving arrangements, everything from start to finish. Now, the home is on the market. We did the photos. We did open houses all weekend. There is so much respect and adoration for these homeowners in the community, and the whole community came out. I hand delivered flyers up and down the street, inviting everyone to come. They all wanted to see the great work that had been done. They all wanted to wish the elderly couple very well in the next chapter of their lives. And there's so much love and positivity behind this project that we're confident that it will attract a really a good fit for the neighborhood, which is sort of what everyone
Kelly.
wants. Yeah.
Kelly, sorry, I got to wrap you up because we haven't done our presentation yet. Eric still's got to go, and I'm looking at the time. We're 8:43. So, any BAMs or referrals?
No, not necessarily yet. I need to reach out with Tony and get a little bit more information on that process. The house for sale, 50 Coldport Road, Scarborough. BAMs and referrals are coming. I'm collecting professionals. I just want to make sure that they're vetted properly before I share with the group.
Kelly, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Next quick promo. Wayne Pratt's got a book out there, Freshly Brewed Coaching, up for sale. Eric, over to you, sir.
Good morning. Sorry I'm late. I had a very aggressive day yesterday. I played soccer in the afternoon. I went to have a barbecue after that. Then when I went to sleep, I wouldn't get up. So I had to drive from the cottage here. It was it was a very early morning for me to do that. But my body is a little bit still in the garage. We are accountants and management consultants. CA Pros is located in Canada. We deal with medium-sized businesses, and we do it one client at a time. We bring reasons to numbers and numbers to reason. 613-254-7310. Quick enough for you there?
Oh,
Bernie?
Eric, I feel my hair flowing to the back of my head, Don. Thank you. I apologize. It's just since I'm the timekeeper, I'm gonna, if I start approaching
uh,
in like this, it's like, It's
I
the
got
kind of
it.
the soft, hairy eyeball. If we're gonna do a BAM, any of us here, and we're gonna do it in person, we can do it at.
Oh, I forgot. I'm seeing Sam tomorrow.
You know what? That's a good thing because you just reminded me to say something else about Sam. It's positive too, by the way. If we're going to do a BAM, we can do it in person at Hive. It's a really localized space, and you know what? So there's my contact details. What's Sam been doing for me? He's ordered parts for my wife's car, so that kind of got undercarriage, the cowling, things like that, kind of fell off when she found a curb the hard way at her mom's house. Yes, and that's a whole different story, but we'll keep out of that. But Sam's out there helping, and he got parts for that vehicle. They're cheaper than the ones she was getting out of the Woodstock area, and those were good prices to start off with. So just extolling Sam. East Trade Wins is tomorrow. Knack for Business podcast is going on. Carolee, it's over to you, ma'am.
Wonderful. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. The last time I did this was June the 2nd. So I'm grateful to have the opportunity today to share a little bit more about the Canada Food Cupboard and the work that we do. And I do remember the horror from June 2nd when I wasn't able to share my screen properly. So fingers crossed that I do it correctly, because I do have a little PowerPoint. And am I sharing my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, let's try it again. How does that?
You're starting to share. You're entering full screen mode, and you're sharing. Your slide deck is showing up in with your side notes, so it's not in full presentation mode.
That's the same issue I had last time, but I think that's okay.
Okay.
We'll just go with this because this will work for me if it'll work for you guys. So again, I'm Carolee with the Canada Food Cupboard. I want to first of all thank Mike for sharing that video. You might recognize the voice. I was the narrator for that video. We spent a lot of time getting everything ready to share all the highlights of the last 40 years, because it's a big celebration this year for us at the Canada Food Cupboard, celebrating 40 years of what we've been a part of in the Canada community. What I thought I would do today, just for the next maybe 10, 15 minutes or so, is talk about our clients. First of all, when we think about food bank clients, there's a lot of myths and a lot of, I guess, misunderstanding about who a typical food bank client is. So I'm going to get into that in a little bit more detail. But beforehand, I just wanted to share how many people we see. I know in the video, it alluded to about 450 families a year, but no surprise, our food bank is no different than all the food banks, not only here in Ontario and the city of Ottawa, but across the nation. We're seeing, increase month after month after month. Now we're hitting about 500 families a month. So it continues to increase. But so far in 2025, looking at our clients uniquely, so meaning just counting everybody one time. So far in the first 6 months of 2025, we've served about 1,400 children, adults, 2,090. So again, you can see the breakdown, 60-40 for the percentage. So uniquely, we've served 3,490 individuals. So to put that into context, all of 2024, so again, looking at the full year, we were about 5,000 unique individuals. So we're definitely going to exceed those numbers this year compared to last year. Families visiting the food cupboard for the first time, 639. I should say individuals coming to the food cupboard for the first time, 639. So the breakdown for us, we've seen about 18% new unique people and 82% returning unique people. So when we talk about unique individuals, how does that work out into visits? Because people can come once a month. Some people do come every month. Some people come a few times a year, depending on what their needs are. So far in the first 6 months of 2025, we've had over 13,000 visits. So again, last year, all of 2024, we had 20,000 visits. So you can see the growth that we're experiencing. So on average, individuals come about 3.8 times on average to see us. So what do our families look like? Our families, if we break down those individuals and put them into households or families, we have about 903 unique households. So again, a lot of these people are coming month after month. On average, the households have not quite four members, 3.86 people. Our program's a little different than a lot of the programs sort of in the downtown core of Ottawa, in that a lot of those programs serve a lot of single people. The most people that they see are single individuals, where most of what we see out here are kind of average size families of about 4 people. So one question that often gets asked about our food bank clients is, where does everybody live? You know, who are your food bank clients? So what this slide does, this picture has what we call a heat map. So it shows the entire community of Canada. So if you think about the south, down in Broadwood and Emerald Meadows, all the way up to the northern part of Canada, up in Morgan's Grant area, you'll see all the blue little patchy areas. That's where our food bank clients live. So I showed this just to kind of hit home that people that use their food banks are our neighbors. They're not people that just live over in that neighborhood or just live over on that street. No, they live throughout our community. They're people that live right next door to us. They're part of our community. They're not separate entities. So again, we talk about our neighbors. Our food bank clients are our neighbors. So let's get into a few myths. And this is one that really kind of irks us in the food bank world, in that people make the assumption that everybody that comes to the food bank are unemployed or on social assistance. So we actually track those numbers. And this is where our families fall. So about 33% of our families that come to us are employed. Yes, we do have families that are on, whether it's Ontario Works or ODSP, different types of assistance or disability assistance. Some rely on old age pension, a few rely on student loans, some do have no income, and then other. But 33% of the families that come to us, so about a third of our families do have income, so they are employed. Another myth, and this is another one that bugs us in the food bank world, people say, oh, food bank clients are uneducated. That's not the case at all. We actually did a little survey last month in July, and we had about a 71% response rate for people that answer these questions. And you can see, it's very surprising, the level of education that a lot of our families do have. You know, when we added it all up, it's, you know, well over 60% are post-secondary of some degree. Some have their master's, even PhD, but a lot of people do have some type of post-secondary, whether that's 2-year diplomas, 4-year degrees, or other programming. So you can see that that's not the case at all. So that's another myth that we need to debunk, because that's not the case with food bank clients. The next myth I wanted to share is people think, oh, all food bank clients live in some type of government or social housing. Well, it's definitely not the case out in Canada. Social housing is very limited here in Canada. And you can see the percentages here. A lot of the families that we serve actually have their own homes, 12%, or rent homes, have private rentals. 58% of the people we see in Canada have a private rental. Social housing is only about 9%. The one number that seems very low, but is very surprising to a lot of people, if you look at unhoused, you know, 0.5%, a lot of people think, wow, that's not very, very, very high at all. Well, for Canada, you know, a lot of people don't realize that we have unhoused individuals out here in our community. We have about 5 or 6 families that come on a regular basis that are unhoused, that live in very precarious places, unfortunately. So the last myth I wanted to look at was people take advantage of food banks. And that's the one that is kind of a comment that's made by a lot of people, not realizing what it is that we do here at the food bank. We don't do any financial means testing. Nobody has to prove how much money they make. If you self-disclose that you need help, we are here to help. So nobody has to show up with, you know, any type of proof of how much money they do make or don't make. What we're here to do is we're here to help people fill that gap. And we find with a lot of our clients, a lot of people say this, after paying rent and utilities, most of the families we serve, they tell us that they have very left over. Not enough to pay for groceries, not enough for clothes, not enough for other essentials. I mean, right now it's back to school. We all know how expensive back to school is for most families. You know, so all those additional expenses add up. But Just like us in our own lives, like our clients, a dollar can only be stretched so far. One organization we're a part of Feed Ontario. So that's kind of our governing body that we're a part of. All the food banks here in Ontario are a part of. And last year, every year, Feed Ontario does a report. So they do this big kind of questionnaire. And 78% of the clients that they surveyed reported a household income of $2,000 or less, while 53% said they paid more than $1,000 a month per housing. So that's not a lot of money to live on. And if we think about those percentages with families being on some type of assistance, whether it's Ontario Works, when we all know Ontario Works hasn't seen an increase in 7 years, a single person receives $733 a month to live on. A single person with one child, because again, your Ontario child benefit is included in that. So it's just a little over $1,100 a month. So these incomes are very, very unrealistic for most people. And I know Kelly and Jacqueline, all of those experts in the real estate and mortgage area will definitely agree. Who pays $1,000 a month for housing, especially out here in Canada? I mean, most places out here are what, $1,500 to $2,000 a month? I mean, we live in a very expensive part of Ontario. The housing in Canada and Ottawa, it's on par with Toronto, unfortunately. And so, you know, I look at that 53% say they pay more than $1,000 a month for housing. That's yikes, because it's way more than that out here. So again, just trying to put it into context, how these families can't get ahead because you've only got so much income. You've probably got precarious income, part-time employment, who knows? And you've got all these expenses. So that's why we want to really take those myths out of people's mindsets, because food bank clients are no different than you and I. We all have a bad month. You know, I know people have talked about having to go to Sam because they've had car trouble. Well, no one expects to have car trouble in the run of your budget, right? So think about all those extra expenses that come up. Back to that survey that Feed Ontario did. This is a really unique question that they asked the clients last year. So the question was, in the last 6 months, what strategies have you used when you've had trouble making ends meet? So again, select all that apply. So a lot of people said, skip meals or buy less. And we hear that all the time. We hear a lot of, especially parents that come in and say, you know, as long as my kids got something to eat, that's what matters. I remember serving a mom, this was a few years ago, and she said to me that she never portions a plate for herself. She eats the leftovers. So whatever her kids don't eat, that's what she eats, because that's how their family has to do it. I mean, that's so sad, so sad. Another response there at 60% was ask for help from families or friends, ask for help from organizations like your food bank, miss a bill payment, pawn or sell possessions, take out a loan, carry a balance on a credit card. You know, it goes on and on, but missing rent, missing mortgage payments. So this is how families have to get by. And it's sad to see. So that's what the role of us at the food bank, at the Canada Food Cupboard, is to help the families bridge that gap. If we can give them enough groceries so that they have 1 week where they don't have to worry about feeding their families or having enough food on the table or having hungry tummies, that's what we're here to do. So how can you get involved with your food bank? This is just a little excerpt snipped from our website. So again, ways to help. The Canada Food Cupboard needs support. Every food bank needs support. Every dollar, small or large, will help fill the shelves and fill the fridges to help families with food insecurity. And events like this lovely golf tournament that you're partnering with us. And so, Mike, thanks for all that you've done, and Tony and Bernie, and I'm glad to hear Jacqueline's coming to golf. So it's wonderful that you're all taking this to heart and knowing the importance of what these dollars do in helping our community. So thank you all. And again, I stayed under time. Thank you.
Carolee, perfect job. Perfect job. Everything was a nice custom fit. So that's awesome. Any questions for Carolee? Carolee, if someone wants to volunteer, how can they kind of ring the bell and get that started up?
Great question, Bernie. Just reach out to us. You can go to our website. On that little top bar, it says ways to help, and there's a drop down to volunteer. Fill out the form, and our volunteer coordinator will be in touch.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Carolee, I have a question. As an organization, do you have a preference about pertaining to how we donate? Would you rather us head up food drives, or would you rather us collect funds, or whatever we can do? What's your
That's a great question.
I don't want money.
We all want money, but we also like food. And the reason why we like food is a lot of the things we don't buy. So when we only have so many dollars, we're not going to go out and buy all those extra things that, whether it's condiments, whether it's coffee, all those extra things that's nice to have. So those things, if they don't get donated, they're not on the shelves for the families. But money means a great deal because we still have to pay rent. A lot of people think, oh, food banks, like the city gives you a free place. No, I pay market value, just like, I'm paying $11,000 a month in rent. So we have very high expenses. So money goes a long way, and we can't buy all of our fresh food without money. So to answer the question, Kelly, I'm not going to stay on the fence, but I stay on the fence. We like both.
Thanks, Carolee.
Mike?
Cool.
Carolee, quick question. Do you have once or twice a year where donations come in and it's matched by a corporation?
Unfortunately, we don't have anything set in stone. We do have a match program with Sobeys. So Sobeys does a fundraiser for us kind of closer to Christmas. It's always the third or fourth week in November. And for that one day, Sobeys corporate does match the donations.
Nice.
But their donations had to go through the Sobeys to get matched. But no, to answer your question, no, we don't have that luxury. Like Giving Tuesday is quite a popular fundraiser for every charity across the country.
Right.
And a lot of the bigger organizations partner with the bigger, corporate groups that match the donations. We don't have that out here. No.
Carolee, how big is your facility? Is it 4,000 square feet?
Yes, just a slightly bigger, about 4,400 square feet.
Okay. I was just okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And if anybody's ever in this area, I know, Eric, you live not too far from us in Canada as well. Drop by, have a tour. We love showing off our space here. So we're on Tarrant Road in Canada North.
Yep.
Carolee, thank you so much. And at 9:02, I'm going to just wrap us up. And the quote for the day: experience teaches only the teachable. And that's from Aldous Huxley.